Hello to the listener of this video. My name is Naveed Khadim, and I'm a full-time student at Nottingham Trent University, and I'm doing my master's in management and finance. I'm gonna start with this video with my introduction. Well, basically, I'm from Kotli Azad, Kashmir. The city is situated in the northern side of Pakistan and is also the most populated district in the independent Kashmir. The city is quite beautiful. It has good infrastructure, good health and educational facilities. It has river, mountains, and lush greenery. Uh, the city is famous as the city of mosques. It has countless mosques in it, and it has a really close spot in my heart because of I have really close friends and family over there. Talking about family, I'm the elder one in my sibling, and I have two brother and two sister. And my father is an operational manager for a farm in Saudi Arabia. My mother used to be a teacher, but now she is a full-time mother, and she is busy with raising my siblings. Talking about my education, I did my schooling from the same city, and during my school time, I have studied science subject. But to be honest with you, I was not very fond of science subjects. Instead, I love to do calculation and mathematics, and this leads me to shift from science subject to commerce in my college studies. And in my college studies, I have studied subjects like accounting, finance, economics, and all of these subjects leads me to the understanding of basis of businesses and how a business run and how to open a business and how to be an entrepreneur. And I was really happy with the decision while studying my college in my college, and I have secured good 80% marks, and this leads me to have a clear idea to pursue my career in business studies. And during the time I have decided that I should be an entrepreneur in my future. And after completion of my college studies, I went to the capital of Pakistan, which is Islamabad, and Islamabad is also the most beautiful city in the whole country, and is also the second most beautiful capital in whole Asia. And as it is capital, it has really good educational facilities. And I have take admission in the National University of Modern Languages, which is also a reputed university in the country. And during my time in university, I have studied bachelor in business administration honors, and around I have studied 42 subjects that were related to that were related to business. And during the time, I have made many close friends that these friends are really close to me, and they were like friends like family to me. And I'm a travel loving person, and during the time I travel a lot and explore many places that are really beautiful in the country, and mostly they were in the northern side of Pakistan. And the northern side of Pakistan has a huge scope for tourism. And I'm also like love to capture nature photography, and it's kind of a side hobby for me. So me and my friends used to go there and to explore new places over there. And I was really happy with the decision which I make. And I really enjoyed my university education, and I also learned and flourish myself during the time. And after that, when I completed my graduation from there, I came back to home. And I really want to go for the international exposure, because I'm a travel loving person. And I discussed with my family that I want to go abroad for my further studies. And my parents actually agree upon it, and they said that we're gonna support your every decision, and you should look for the opportunities where you want to go. So I start searching for the opportunities available to me. And I have like shortlisted Canada and Europe for the next studies. But I choose to come over UK because of some reasons. Like I also had family in Nottingham, and one of my close friend, he's also doing his graduation from Nottingham Trent University, and he explained me about the university and about the city and the culture. And my family was also saying that you're gonna have family, like one of my uncle is in Nottingham, and they were quite, feeling good that if you're gonna have family over there, so you should go to the to where you're gonna have a family. So yeah, that's why I came in here. And moreover, the requirement which university required for the admission, I fulfill all of them. Sorry about that. And the course which I want to get admission is they were also offering the same. And I also look for the university reputation, and they have coming into, like, they also have University of the Year award in 2019, 2017, and 2018. So all these things, lead me to come over here. And I was actually a late student. I came in October, start of the October, and I have done quarantine for the 10 days because of the pandemic. And to be honest with you, I was quite, afraid, because I did not attend many workshop that was going on, many sessions. When I finished my quarantine, I visit the university, and I was quite happy. I have visited the whole city, visited many tourist location in the city with my friends and family, and it was really nice experience. I was enjoying it. I was happy that I make the decision to come over here. And the thing which is quite different from there is the teaching style, because the teaching style which uh, the university is offering is really different from what I have came from. And in the start, I have struggled to understand now. And but I take help from one of my friend, and he actually explained me a lot about it. And after that, I been very comfortable using it. And the diversity which I've been having in here, because there were many students in my class were from, different corner of the world. And we love to, meet each other. And I'm a person, to be honest with you, who loves diversity, and who shares tradition and culture with each other, and explain them about what I have experienced in my life, and to listen from them where they have came from, and like what they were, having in their country. So it was overall a nice decision. And I was happy that what I'm doing right now and where I am. So the thing after involving in this module, uh, the development, actually, what was my development plan? So as of the development, I flourish my leadership skill while in here. So to be an entrepreneur, it's important to be a leader. So I take part into sessions to learn the skills and the knowledge which is required to be a leader. So these are the sessions, and like these are the activities which help me to flourish in leadership style. The next thing is entrepreneurship. And I also work on my interview techniques. So these three: leadership, entrepreneurship, and interview techniques, these were the three things that was my personal development plan. So to achieve all of these three things, I used to take part into different sessions, such as 10 key lesson underpinning the achievement of ambitious, art of negotiation, entrepreneurial journey by the Victoria Prince, hold your courage, find your voice, sustainable financing, the challenges of sustainable innovation, regenerative business model after COVID, why and how to move towards circular economy. And the last one, it was the beginning of Tai Chi journey, because this session was really helpful for the personal health and well-being of me. And yeah, this session was quite helpful for me to to flourish the skills that was necessary to be an entrepreneur, to be a leadership, and to be an entrepreneur. You need to have different ideas in your mind. You need to be able to work with others. You need to able to solve the problem, and to start a business you should have a startup. So during the session which was given by Victoria Prince, and she was explaining her entrepreneurial journey, I questioned her to teach me how to build a startup for a to start a business. So she also provide me the knowledge and expertise she have, and how we can build up the startup cost for a business. And also, to be an entrepreneur, to get the money, I need to work for a firm so that I could make some money. So for that to be successful, to get a job, I flourish my interview techniques, like how to present yourself, how to get selected, and how to present yourself in an interview, so that you could be selected. Because in many time, what I have think that people are able to perform the job which are being asked for, but the thing, they are not able to express themselves at the time, so that they lose the opportunity, and they can't able to get the designated position which they were applying for. So I also work on all of it, and I have learned many things about it. And after performing in these all of these session, I feel that I'm quite developed myself in many different ways. And yeah, no, I'm I'm really happy while staying in here. The next thing which I'm gonna come up to the questionnaire which have been asked in this video. And the first one is like, what is my research for the understanding of the United Nations Standard Development Goals. So I have done some research and read some articles, journals, and also see some videos and the reports which are being published by the United Nations regarding the development on the standard development goals. So uh, I know about this, that this is the agenda of 2030, which being presented by the United Nations, and around 178 countries have adopted this. And overall, the basis of this agenda is to prevent Earth, remove poverty, depression, deprivation. I'm really sorry about this word. And improve health, education, reduce inequality, boost economic growth, tackle climate change, work to preserve the ocean and the forest. And I'm gonna talk about the impact of COVID-19 to all of these 17 goals a little, because the first goal is no poverty, and the impact which COVID-19 has on this goal is that it dragged back the work which has been done on it. And global poverty rate is projected to be 7% in 2030, and pushed back to extreme poverty in 2020. And there were around 124 million people who faced the poverty, like who were below the poverty line. And there were around 1600 short-term initiatives taken by the different countries, but still 4 billion people are left uncovered. The next goal is end hunger. During 2020, an additional of 161 million people are likely to have experienced hunger. The number has risen from 650 to 811 million in 2020. And there were around 2.37 billion people are without food, are unable to eat in healthy balanced diet on a regular basis in 2020. The next goal is good health and well-being. Due to pandemic, there is a reverse progress in health and shorten of expectancy. problem to get data from the countries such as sub-Saharan African, because they don't have the proper rules and regulation to get the data. So all of these things leads to worsen the situation right now. And there are around average 150 health workers for 10,000 people in America, but and as compared to in Africa, there were 10 health workers for 1,000 people in sub-Saharan. So these are the alarming situation. Quality of education, slow progress in school also leads to 101 million children facing reading proficiency, and around 56% of the school don't have access for drinking water, 33% don't have electricity, 40% don't have the proper hand wash facilities. For the next goal, gender inequality, women representative are 25.6% in national parliament overall, 36.3% in local government, and 28.2% in managerial position. There is is seen that violence against women is persistent of unacceptably high level of, and is 1 in 3 of women have been subjected to physical or sexual violence at least once in their life. So these are all things are really alarming at right now. The next goal is clean water and sanitation. Billion of people still don't have access of drinking water. 2.3 billion of people live in water-stressed countries, and 129 countries are not on a track to have sustainable managed water resources by 2030. The next goal is affordable and clean energy. One third of the population are dangerous and inefficient cooking systems. Modern renewable energy is needed, especially in heating and transport sector. And 759 million people lack access to electricity. The next goal is decent work and economic growth. Economic recovery is facing crisis after the pandemic. Pandemic lead to loss 250 million people from their full-time jobs, and this is the 4 times as compared to the job lost in economic crisis in 2007 to 2009. And this lead to increase the youth not being employed in school. And in the percentage, if we see 31% of the young women and 14% of the young men are not able to get the job. The next is industry, innovation and infrastructure. Global manufacturing faces falling of 6.8%. Rural road connectivity is also playing a very important role, and almost 300 million out of 52 million rural areas lack good road. And this needs to increase investment in research and development in most of the countries, like developing countries, to meet all of these crises. The next is reduce inequality. In 2020, 4,186 deaths and disappearance were recorded on migratory routes worldwide. Pandemic lead to increase in income inequality, and since the financial crisis, the proportion of the global population who are refugees have become double. And for every 1 lakh person, there is only 311 are refugees. Sustainable cities and communities is the 11th standard goals, development goal, sorry. Pandemic forces to live people in slum, and around 1 billion people lives in slum, and most of them are in 370 million in southern and eastern Asia, 238 million in sub-Saharan Africa, 226 million in central South Africa, and only half of the world urban population have convenient access to public transport. The next goal is responsible consumption and production. Economic electronic waste is not disposable of properly, and developing countries still have vast untapped potential for renewable energy, but still they are not using it. And climate action is the 13th goal. 125 of 154 development countries are formulating and implementing national climate adoption plan, and their highest priority areas include food security and production. Still, there are these goals, and which are not, on a line, so that the agenda of 2030 could be accomplished. And this hit hit back bad by the pandemic, and this leads it to very difficult situation to receive this to achieve this actually 2030 agenda. So talking about the next question, reflecting on your knowledge and experience, this is how you could be able to make a difference. So the knowledge and experience while having NTU, that and after participating in all of these session, I think that when I gonna be an entrepreneur, I should remove the gender inequality and provide opportunities so that hunger and poverty could be eliminated, and will do to protect child labor. And in my hometown, I have seen that there is many huge opportunity for the recycling, because the raw material from the industry zone, as I'm living near to the industry zone, is not properly disposed of. So when I go back, and I'll inform the regulatory authorities that these are the problems which are not good, and which have a really bad effect for the overall environment. So I think that industrial waste should, dispose properly, and encourage the regulatory bodies to open an recycle plant in the city, because there is a huge amount of waste is disposed unethically in my hometown. So instead, if they have a proper plant of disposable recycling plant, sorry, so that it could be really very beneficial. The next question was the responsible management. So basically, the definition for the responsible management is that to seek a balance of interest for the entire world, like people, companies, environment, to propose the benefit of both current and the future generation. And why it matter is that responsible management should follow the corporate social responsibility, and it will boost the employee morale in the workplace and lead them for the greater productivity. Customer are being loyal to the company, and will surely retain them for the long period of time. This will lead to attract the investment opportunities, and new talent will come to make a difference for bottom line financial. Company will have the opportunity to stand out from the competition, and will have a proper brand image that could be recognized by their customer. So overall, it has a really good beneficial for them. The next question was, describe a situation where I need to solve a problem. So back in my university time in Islamabad, I have worked as an assistant manager for a production house. And as I explained earlier, that photography is my side hobby actually. So we used to cover the events such as wedding, musical night, birthday parties. And I remember there was a time when we were facing shortage of photographer, and we have to cover an event. So I was performing my activities as an assistant manager, and that was more related to manage the finance of the company, and in job, in jobs related to inside the office. But I go out with the team and perform activities as a photographer. And we was really, it goes well. And I was really happy that I could be able to to help my team. And the result, the outcome was really nice. The client was happy with us, and I was actually also happy with myself that I became beneficial for the team and for the company. And what we can do good is that we should hire or outsource some photographer. Instead, I should go, but still we managed to get the desired outcome from it. So the last question, in my personal opinion, what are the three most characteristics of successful manager? So, what I believe is that leadership, empathy, and honesty are the three most important characteristics for a manager to be successful. Leadership is because leaders provide the vision to the employees, they establish achievable goals, and provide their followers the knowledge and tools which are necessary to achieve these goals. And they need to have like convincing power to their employees so that they could provide them the direction to achieve the end result, and they should also motivate them to their employees to what they are being desired for. And what I think is like after participating in all of these CPD activities and these session, I have built some good leadership qualities in me. And I think that I'm gonna be a good leader, but still it is a continuous learning. And the next thing is empathy is consistently named is one of the most valued workplace trait. And when managers don't listen to their employees and understand where they came from, manager need to things got difficult, and manager need to put themselves into the shoes of their employees and imagine what they are facing off. And what I think is I'm a person who loves to do communication a lot with the other person, and to understand what they are facing and what they are being going through. The next thing is honesty. Like most of the team stops believing their leader is telling the truth. And what I think is a person need to be honest. And it's in my upbringing that my parents teach me that you should be honest, and it's better to stand alone while being honest, and rather than to tell a lie and be with the crowd. So what I think is a honest person never let you down, and he should be honest with whatever it is going on. So this was overall the video. I hope you like it, and I hope I have done good in it. So take care. Bye bye.